All right, it is exactly 5 o'clock on the dot, and I am going to be calling this meeting of the Kyle Housing Authority to order. A quick roll call. Viana. Gary?
I'll do it real quick.
Oh,
if
thank
that's
you
okay.
so much. Even better.
Commissioner Armstrong,
Here.
Commissioner Garza, Commissioner Orgish.
Present.
Great. Okay, and we'll begin with citizen comment period. Do we have anyone that is? Yes, great, come on up. And you'll have 3 minutes. The Kyle Housing Authority welcomes comments from citizens early in the agenda of regular meetings. Speakers are provided with an opportunity to speak during this time period on any agenda item or any other matter concerning Housing Authority business, and they must observe the 3-minute time limit. Thank you so much.
I'm going to reference an economic impact study. I'd like to share that with you.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Ken Montgomery. I represent Calterra. Calterra is a Texas-based firm with properties in San Marcos, San Antonio, Waco, Waxahachie, and of course here in Kyle. They develop both multifamily housing and retail and have entered into several public-private partnerships to increase access to workforce housing. I'll note that all of those partnerships are in jurisdiction. They're often subject to the votes of elected officials, and those are the types of partnerships I work on. So while the objective of the Kyle Housing Authority centers on housing, the Culler's Crossing site is a broader development that includes 8 retail sites. Those sites have now become Texas-based Rudy's, Texas-based Mighty Fine Burger, Texas-based Tony C's Pizza and Beer Garden, Abbott's Ice Cream, Texas-based HTO, and there are 2 other sites that are currently under construction, and then 1 vacant site. When we combine that with the 263-unit multifamily property, the site produces a local economic impact of almost $94 million. Clearly, the citizens of Kyle are benefiting from Calterra's participation in the local economy. I've provided a copy of that economic impact report, and it breaks down the public benefit and shows even larger impacts to the region and the state. So moving to the overt purpose of the Housing Authority, Arden Culler's Crossing went well beyond the statutory minimum of 50% of the units at 80% AMI. Because market rents are very similar to 80% AMI rents, particularly for one-bedroom units, it was necessary to include deeper affordability to meet the Housing Authority's goals at the time. So this property includes 20% of the units at 60% AMI, and that reflects a salary of $56,220. That's the cap. So this also doesn't account, though, for the effect on the add-on effect to housing. The origination fee paid directly to the Housing Authority is $360,000. I'm sure you visited the Charles Young property, and then, of course, the Pete Dressen property that's just a little bit north of us. And in both cases, those haven't been renovated since they were originally built in the 70s. And that origination fee would go a long way into helping with that. So in closing, I respectfully ask that you amend the resolution and defer the termination of Calterra's MOU and give us an opportunity to constructively and comprehensively address the concerns of the Housing Authority, as well as the City of Kyle. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sean Calloway, and I'm work with SPI Advisory, and we're the owner-operator of the Strand Apartments here in Kyle that we're currently converting to an affordable structure and partnering with the Kyle Housing Authority. And I understand it's one of the projects, item 7 up for discussion to be terminated. As a reminder to those that are unaware, the Strand's affordable structure currently includes both tenant income and rent restrictions at the 50 AMI and 60 AMI rent levels. It includes renovating all the unit interiors for the residents, exterior and amenity improvements for the tenants, including landscaping, a new pool, exterior paint, and money that we will be personally infusing to improve the property. And again, this will be for 50 AMI and 60 AMI tenants. Contrary to what some other operators and developers statewide might be attempting, this is a legitimate, affordable program being done the right way. And so we urge the commissioners to deny the resolution to terminate the Strand. This is a legitimate project nearing completion, and by nearing completion, I mean we are literally on the 1 yard line of closing in a matter of weeks. This is not a hypothetical future project with more hoops to jump through or milestones to hit. We have our organizational structure in place. We have our Fannie Mae loan in place. All parties have spent a considerable amount of time, effort, and money to get this across the finish line and do it the right way. We are set to close here by the end of the month, if not shortly after. And I'm fully aware of all the changes in motion at the City of Kyle as the city continues to grow and evolve, and understand that another part of today's agenda might effectively be absolving the Kyle Authority, and we have no real opinion on this matter. But we are open and flexible to a number of changes in our structure to get this project closed. One we propose could be whether paying to the Kyle Housing Authority or the City of Kyle, we could reallocate our acquisition fee of $180,000, our annual ground lease payment of $80,000 a year estimated, a disposition fee close to $500,000. All in all, that would be north of $1 million that we could redirect as a pilot payment directly to the City of Kyle as needed, to where they could allocate it to their discretion. And some may think that a lot of affordable projects these days, because you're mapped to the City of Austin AMIs, aren't that affordable. This is a legitimate affordable project with 50 AMI and 60 AMI rent levels. And so I urge you to defer the termination of this project for the Strand, because it's a legitimate affordable housing project, and I think it'll make a difference for the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other citizen comments? Okay. Our next item of business is the selection of officers. We will be considering the nominations to select a chair and vice chair for the Housing Authority. Do I have any nominations for the chair?
I nominate Katie Armstrong for chair.
I second that.
Okay.
Adriana Garza.
Okay. Do we have any other nominations? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Okay.
Vice Chair.
Vice Chair. Considering nominations to select Vice Chair for the Housing Authority, I'd like to nominate Viana Garza.
I second that.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay.
Sounds good.
Passes 3-0. All right, we will be now moving into executive session. The Kyle Housing Authority Board of Commissioners will now go into executive session to discuss items 2A through C in accordance with Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074.
Alice McCollum, Chief Development Officer. I wanted to bring this item to you again, just so you know, on July 11th, the mayor appointed new commissioners to the Kyle Housing, replacing the previous commissioners that were serving. This resolution before you and drafted as to suspend the work of the existing Executive Director, Steve Coelho, to allow a newly appointed commissioners the opportunity to review the services and terms and his contract terms. So this would be just a suspension of that. So approving the resolution, the options before you are really to discuss approving the resolution as presented, approve the resolution with any amendments or modifications, or you can deny the resolution. Staff does recommend option number 1, which is approval.
Okay, and do we have any discussion? All right. I so move that we choose option number 1, that we approve the resolution as presented and suspend the Housing Authority's agreement. Do I have a second?
I second that motion.
Okay. Any discussion? Great. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Item number 5, consider approval of a resolution appointing an interim executive director.
Thank you, Commissioners. This item is an opportunity for us to appoint an interim executive director. Again, with the new Housing Authority, this resolution would authorize the appointment of Rosie Truelove as the interim executive director. She has vast experience, currently serving as a city employee in the Administrative Services Division, but vast experience working with affordable housing issues for previous job experience. So with that, this resolution would look at approving her as an interim. As presented, you have the option to modify any of the resolution with any amendments or modifications, or 3, you can choose not to appoint as well.
Okay. I make the motion that we go with option number 1 and approve the resolution as presented.
I second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. All right, item number 6, consider approval of an interlocal agreement with the Housing Authority of the City of Austin to provide management and administrative services, including an assessment of properties and management of the Housing Authority of the City of Kyle.
So considering the previous 2 action items, this action item and resolution would be looking at bringing on a transition for us as for the Housing Authority with the City of Austin to provide these services on an interim basis. This would be through an interlocal agreement that we have with them. It would help us with management, and this would help with managing our 2 existing properties that we have with the Housing Authority with our 51 units that we have. So with that, this resolution would be recommending that interim agreement. And this would, again, you would have 3 options for this. So the interlocal agreement would be with the City of Austin to help us out with that and through the HACA, and the agreement as presented, or deny or modify the agreement before you.
Okay. I so move that we choose option number 1, approve the interlocal agreement as presented.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. All right, and we are on number 7. Consider approval of a resolution terminating all previously authorized memorandums of understanding to acquire and finance low-income housing developments in partnership with developers in the City of Kyle, including any and all agreements with Caltera Capital Partners LLC and SPI Advisory LLC, and with the owner of Windy Hill Apartments, and disapproval of the projects referenced in the agreements or memorandums of understanding or in other previous actions by the Board of Commissioners for the Housing Authority of the City of Kyle.
Thank you, Commissioners. This item really is looking at the previous MOUs that were in effect, and with us as we're looking at doing a housing affordability strategy with the city, and we're hoping partnering with the Kyle Housing Authority, terminating, these agreements would help us kind of pause some of that going on to really kind of look and aligning our interests with both the city and what the Kyle Housing Authority and affordable housing programs needs for the city. So the authority had previously approved several projects for affordable housing to serve the schools, and these might not align with kind of the strategies that we're hoping to achieve. So with that, city staff is aware of the following 3 projects that are listed, but with Arden, The Strand, and Windy Hill Apartments, and we're asking you to terminate the MOUs for that. And the purpose of this resolution would be to disapprove these projects and terminate these MOUs outlined with both Arden, The Strand, and the Windy Hill Apartments. Again, the options for you on this would be approve the resolution as presented, approve the resolution with amendments, or you can deny the resolution altogether.
Okay, thank you. I so move that we choose option number 1, approve the resolution as presented.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes 3-0. All right. And that brings us to our conclusion of the meeting. The time is 6:21, and we're finished. Thank you.